Sam Darley here, and tonight I'm going to break down the 2015 training camp and season predictions for the NFC East. This has got to be one of the most competitive divisions in all of football. Every year, these four teams slug each other out, and they hit each other's rotten guts. It's always fun to watch. This year, I think will be different. I definitely think the Cowboys will still win the division. But I don't think they'll be as good as they were last year. I think they'll have a 5-win drop-off. I think they'll go from 12 wins to 9 wins. The reason being is because, the big reason why they won 12 games last year, everybody talks about their offensive line. They could put a snail behind that line and they'll still produce a 1,000-yard rusher. It's not about rushing yards or who's the running back. It doesn't matter who the running back is. They'll be great. Yes, they will be great. But at the end of the day, it's how many attempts that the Cowboys were really committed to the run last year. And I feel like with DeMarco Murray, DeMarco, I know he didn't finish, the night before last year, he didn't finish a season, or he struggled to finish a season healthy. Last year he had some injury problems as well, and occasional fumbling issues with the Cowboys. I think they're gonna miss him. I think, to be honest with you, DeMarco Murray is a star in the making. He just never got the opportunity, and why is that? Because the Cowboys were not committed to the run. You have to be committed to it obviously you gotta have a good running back. They could have had Adrian Peterson. They could have made a trade, but they chose to not do that. They went out to Derek McFadden. He's hurt, as usual. He's done. He's done. He lost his job to Latavius Murray in Oakland, and everybody's like, "Whoa, Derek McFadden!" And I'm just sitting there like, he lost his job to Latavius Murray in Oakland. That's all you need to know. He's done. Joseph Randle. Look, it's one thing to outrun cops. It's an entirely different story to outrun middle linebackers. Because, once you get past the offensive line, you've got to get through the secondary and the linebackers. And, DeMarco Murray can make linebackers miss in the open field. And the question mark I have for Randall is, can he do that? Can he outrun the second line of defense? Because DeMarco Murray was able to consistently get into the second line of defense, obviously, because that offensive line is amazing. It is. It's the best offensive line in all of football. But you have to not let Tony Romo. You have to not let Tony Romo throw the ball a billion times a game. There's a couple of games last year where they got lost. Simply, in fact, the Texan game. They let the Texans back into the game because they started throwing the ball more. They started trying to win sexy instead of winning the old-fashioned way, which is running the football. And I think teams are going to start doing that. I think the Cowboys, they're going to start seeing the Cowboys, not just the Cowboys, but everybody in general. Everybody's going to go back to the old-school ground-and-pound type game because, as I mentioned, I think it was the NFC North or the AFC West video, with a running back, especially a good one, and a good running game, you can cut possessions. You cut the other team's possessions in half. You control the game. You control the line of scrimmage. I think they got a decent pass rushing duo. Greg Hardy. He belongs in jail. I think he's a total animal. I think it's shameful that the Cowboys even brought him on. I'm giving them 9 wins because I purely do not respect the fact that they brought on Greg Hardy. It's an absolute abomination that they did that. I thought it was an abomination that they partied with the head of officials before last year. I have lost a ton of respect for the Cowboys franchise, the Cowboys organization. But I can't ignore the fact that they're the best team in that division. I know football's not a sport for choir boys, but to me, you've got your owner groping 20-year-old women, and you've got a woman beater, and You've got Des Bryant, who's just pretty much a 3-year-old in a 20-year-old body. I mean, and then you party with the head of officials. I just don't. Sorry, I don't respect the Cowboys anymore. I'm not gonna treat them. I'm not gonna put them on my most hated team list because I don't hate them. I just dislike them. But for the rest of the division, the New York Giants. I said this in the pre-draft video. I think Tom Coughlin has lost the team, and I'm sticking with that. You've got to bring in a new coach. 5 of the last 6 years they missed the playoffs. And what's funny is when I watch Eli Manning's DirecTV football commercial, when he's like, I got hit, the non-football Eli Manning is, I've got HD as in highly disappointing. Well, that defines their seasons. That defines the Giants. They're a tease team. They're teasers. They look good. You think they're going to be a really good team. You think they're going to contend. And then they stink. They got to fire Coughlin. I mean, they do. They don't have a defense. First and foremost, they don't have a secondary. They don't have a running game. So they don't have anybody to take the pressure off Eli Manning. They do have 2 stud receivers. I still thought that they should have gone after a receiver in the draft to complement Odell Beckham. I don't think Victor Cruz is that guy anymore. But then again, you never know. I mean, he's 35 years old. He's coming off a torn ACL. This division is between the Cowboys and the Giants. I've got the Cowboys at 9-7. I got the Giants around 7-9, 8-8. The Eagles are a total disaster, in my opinion. Chip Kelly has totally destroyed probably the best part of that Eagles team. I mean, they've got. Here's the thing about the Eagles: you cannot have injury-prone players at the most important positions. You've got an injury-prone quarterback in Sam Bradford. I don't think, and I got tons of respect for Sam Bradford. I hope he stays healthy. I just don't see it happening. It didn't happen in St. Louis, and maybe in Chip Kelly's system he finds a way to stay healthy. He's a good quarterback when he's healthy, but that's a rarity. Like I said, DeMarco Murray before last year struggled to finish seasons. Ryan Matthews has had injury problems. I mean, and you bring in Tim Tebow, and you've got Mark Sanchez. I mean, you let go of a franchise quarterback in Nick Foles. Your defense still stinks. You didn't improve. They don't have a legit number 1 receiver. This team is in a world of trouble. They are. They're in an absolute world of trouble. Again, I have some, my morals is why I don't like the Cowboys. I just don't think you should. I just don't. The reason the Panthers let him go isn't because of his talent. It's because, well, I mean, he makes the franchise look. He made the franchise look bad, and while people could say, well, he was not guilty, he was let go. When you listen to those tapes, I mean, my goodness, it's clear as day he was guilty. And that the victim was paid off. That's really what happened. I mean, it's kind of like, I'm not happy with that. I just don't respect the Cowboys for picking him up. I don't think any team should have picked him up. I think it's kind of, if he's going to get a second chance, then Ray Rice should get a second chance. But then again, Ray Rice, before his incident, was on a decline, and statistically he was on a decline, and he had one of the worst seasons of his career the year before his incident. And the silliest team in this division is the Washington Redskins. They're bad. The coach does not know what he's doing, clear as day. I just don't understand his tactics. Talks about RG3 could be a franchise quarterback. He could become what he was in his rookie season. But then in front of the media, he throws his team under the bus. The media is really the best. This Washington team, I don't understand it. Jay Gruden praises RG3, but then when he messes up, he throws him under the bus in front of the media. RG3 is trying to get... I think the Shanahan's destroyed him, to be honest with you. He should never have played after he injured that knee in his rookie season. He should have sat out the rest of that season and came back strong for his sophomore season. You have to let... I mean, the thing is, you're trying to teach... It's like teaching an old dog new tricks. Meaning, he's not a pocket quarterback. So they're trying to teach him how to play in the pocket. Well, it's not working. And to me, I think you have to let him be what he is, a natural athlete. You have to let him move around in the pocket. You have to let him... You have to run the read option. You just have to trust that he's going to slide. Their defense is terrible. Well, actually, somebody had their defense... I think it was Bleacher Report. Yeah, Bleacher Report had their defense as a top 5. I mean, it's not a terrible defense. I'll take that back. It's an average defense, but it's not a top 5 defense. Alfred Morris, since his explosion in his rookie season, he's really gone quiet. But then again, you could attest to that to the quarterback position, because when you don't respect the quarterback position, you're going to stack the box and take away the run. Deshaun Jackson got hurt by a sled. He's like, nobody can stop me, but a sled can. No, but he's right. Nobody can realistically keep up with him in the open field. He's one of the best deep ball threats in the entire NFL. And then you got Pierre Garçon on the other side, who's a very good... I wouldn't say he's a deep threat, but he can make the big play when you need it. Yeah, he's got good hands, but again, they need to solve this quarterback situation, and they need to get their head coach to act like a head coach and act like a leader and not act like a dictator. Because as far as I'm concerned, Jay Gruden does not know what he's doing. RG3 is... I don't know if he's going to return to what he used to be in his rookie season. I don't think... It's a ton of question marks with that Washington Redskins team. Like I said, I think the Cowboys, as much as I don't want to give them this division because of my level of disgust with them for picking up Greg Hardy, no way should he have been given a second chance. No way he should have been in the league. And no way should the league have suspended him for 4 games. I mean, seriously, you're gonna suspend... Well, then again, this league is so stupid sometimes. I mean, Goodell suspending Brady for Deflategate is... I don't know, but this is always a competitive division. I think it's the Cowboys or the Giants, but I gotta go with the Cowboys because while I may have, personal issues with what they acquired in the offseason, they are the best team in this division. They have what looks like the best pass rushing combination in that division, probably in the entire NFC. They have the best offensive line in football. They have a decent quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. He had a great season. I mean, numbers wise, he's really, really good. But you can't give Romo. You can't have Romo try. You can't try and win sexy. And that's how they tried to win before the 12-4 season, and that's how they went 8-8. I think they'll try and get sexy a couple times this year, and I think that'll hurt them. I think they're gonna fall back. I think they'll win 9 games this year, but I think they win their division. And I think the Giants need a new coach before they can talk about making it to the playoffs. They need a defense too. Yeah, I got the Cowboys winning this division. And I will say this: I do think that there is a Super Bowl contender. I think it's Dallas. With their defense, and if they can get a number 1 running back to come out of this backfield, I mean, obviously, they have the best offensive line in football. Just my personal standards, I don't agree with them signing Hardy. I think it looks bad. I think it looks bad for the league to have him in the league, and I think that's what got me to lose a lot of respect for the Dallas Cowboys. I outside of that, they're the best team in that division. It won't be. They won't run away with it. I don't think the Eagles have a shot. I don't think the Redskins have a shot. I think the Redskins are gonna go 4-12 to 6. No more than 4 wins for the Redskins. And honestly, I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles hovering around 4 wins too. But since the Redskins have 4 wins, the Eagles are gonna have more. I think it's hard for the Eagles to be really bad in this division because of the Redskins. No offense to Washington fans. But I don't see the Eagles making the playoffs. I don't see them I don't see them in contention at all. I'd be surprised. I'd be really, really surprised if they were in the mix at the end of the season. The Giants could make some noise, but again, they're one of those teams. They're a tease. You think they're going to be really good, and then they're not. Dallas will win this division. Best defense. Probably, obviously, they got to sort their running back situation out, but running backs are not hard to find these days. And they got to they got to do what they did last year. If they do what they did last year, they might win double-digit games again. But I think they're going to try and win sexy, and I think that's what cost them in their 8-8 seasons, and I think that's what's going to cost them this year, because they don't have DeMarco. But we'll see. This has been Sam Darley talking about the NFC East. Thanks for watching.